This video is looking at the first battle between the Klingons and the Kints in the second turn of the game. So the actual battle is in that hex there. That red cube just marks that a unit is actually pinned. Well, it's no longer pinned anymore because it's been attacked. You can remove that. So the first thing that goes on is there any withdrawal? No, both sides have decided they're going to stand and fight. Next thing, there's a base there, star base on the actual hex, that thing there. So that means effectively that the Klingons have to offer the option of doing an approach to battle. Now, if they do an approach to battle, the star base actual combat factors, which are quite significant. They're actually 36 there, aren't able to affect the battle. This is because the hex is much bigger than the range of the star base's weapons. Note that the 12 fighter factors on board that star base are included in an approach to battle, but the Klingons say, what the hell, let's go for it, we're Klingons. So they decide to go straight in, which means they've got to face the full might of the starbase and the defending fleet. The Klingons decide to use a C8 as their flagship, which is a good ship. It gives them 10 command points. So they're able to fill all that shaded grid there. They've got some groups of 3 ships there, D7s and D6s. They've also got a carrier group, consists of 2 escort frigates, those E4s, the ones marked with squares because they're carrier escorts, and you've also got a carrier. We can do that. It's got 5 fighters on board. You've also got a D7C, which is not optimal. You don't really want to use your potential fleet carriers, flagship candidates in a main battle, but we haven't got that many ships here. Kints decide to use a CC, a command cruiser, as their command vessel, but that's only got a ability to command up to 9 units. Both sides have got scouts, those ones with the diamond marks, the SF and the F5S, so they cancel each other out. Notice that the Kints have got some drone ships, so they can use 4 factors of drones, even though they're not actually in the grey boxes, so they're basically firing from range. You've got the star base over there that can affect it, and they've also got some ships down here. They've got some carriers. We've actually got 2 carriers here, which could be they could send their fighters into the battle, but for every 6 fighters you send from the reserve, that counts as a ship, and they've already used up their 9 ships. Anyway, so what's happened is that gave a significant advantage to the Kints defending. So they had 112 factors in total. They threw a 3 on the damage ratio chart, so they were able to inflict 28 damage on the Klingons. The Klingons got 84 total. They threw a 2, which is also 25% of the total damage, so they inflicted 21 damage on the Kints. Now neither side are using direct damage, so it's up to the individual where the person who owns the force, where he assigns his casualties. Notice down here that the Klingons have actually got a Mauler there, that D6M. That could have been used to inflict direct damage at full strength. Normally if you do direct damage it costs two damage points to do one point of damage. Ships in the reserve are invulnerable to losses unless your side's unable to actually allocate sufficient losses from the units that are engaged, and then you can any extras you can dump them down here. We're not playing the rule where if you don't get enough damage to either flip a ship over to its crippled side or destroy a crippled ship, it gets carried over to the next round of battle. I'm not using that option at the moment. I might have other thoughts on that. Okay, so the Klingons decide to take 3d6s with a defense of 24 and an E4A frigate to satisfy their 28 losses. So it's 2 units destroyed. And the Kins decide to take a cruiser, two light cruisers totally destroyed, and 2 battle cruisers crippled, and a frigate crippled. So that's the end of the first round of combat. Klingons don't really fancy going for another round. So they're going to actually withdraw. But it's actually called a retreat rather than a withdraw in this situation. Now, the retreating force hasn't got any crippled, or has he got slow units? No. But I've just noticed that the pursuit rules are advanced, so I'm not going to be bothering with pursuit. So that's the end of this battle.